right, welcome back to another segment of 120 Seconds. This time around, I am doing Sex, Drugs, and Violence 2 by Sideways. Tonally, from his voice, Sideways sounds a little bit like Lil White, specifically on hooks. It's not a knock at him. I like Lil White, but it just kind of sounds a little bit like Lil White. But again, it's more prominent on the hooks because in the verses, he doesn't sound like him because he does a lot of this voice inflection thing to kind of change the mood or the vibe of a verse or a track. And it's not annoying. And again, I'm not knocking him about it. It's kind of one of the things that I really like about it. Lyrically, from a subject matter standpoint, it's some real rhymes, some hardship stuff, some down on your luck stuff, mixed with some overtly, comical horrorcore and some overtly comical Hail Satan stuff. So it's, I think, very fitting. And I think what I'm getting at is I think a lot of juggalos will like this just based on the subject matter alone. The beat selection is all over the place, and again, that's not me knocking it. I think it's a good thing. It kind of goes from the dark horrorcore kind of sounding stuff to more of a classic hip hop feel to more like the dark trap, Ouija Mac, Suicide Boys kind of sound. Count Sheep specifically is the one that sounds the most to me like Ouija Mac. I actually don't really like that simple repetitive rap sound on that one, but he comes right back with the next track, which is called Back Alley Bars, and he kind of makes up for it for me. That track's really good also. The other tracks I prefer are They Don't Want to See Me Make It, which is kind of the opener of the album. It sets the tone really well. Brutal, Off With His Head, and Ground Beef. Those are my top tracks for sure. The features, Cody Lee, just kind of sounds like a generic Stevie Stone to me in his voice and his delivery. The other guys, Brass Prime, STLE, and Knowledge the MC are all really solid. Knowledge the MC sounds a little bit like Menacide again, not so much from a delivery, just from the tone of his voice. It sounds kind of similar. I think I've said the word solid a couple times, and that's what I'm going to give this album. It's kind of what I would just say. It's a solid album. It is a solid listen. Outside of maybe a couple songs that I wasn't really liking and maybe a couple hooks. Other than that, this is a good album that I think that juggalos will really dig, again, based on the subject matter. So check it out, Sideways, Sex, Drugs, and Violence 2. And as always, check the links below. Keep getting me those submissions. Share your thoughts. The more you comment, the better your chances are to win something. I've got giveaways coming very soon, I promise. All right, everybody, until next time, thanks a lot.